Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Threading the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood. Hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it. Through traffic. We find.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. We are back with another episode of Passion and Precision. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Ready for the weekend. We're here to kind of get you started with some interesting topics around the sports world. So, hopefully, you are ready to be entertained. Want you to join the conversation as well. Make sure you do so in the chat. But before we get into all of that, got Jory. How are you doing tonight?
I've missed doing a podcast for the past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot to say. It was an unintended hiatus, so
Okay.
get ready.
All right. Take that off of there. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into some NBA. We're getting into WNBA. Get into the NFL. Schedule releases came out. I know some people, it's not their thing. I do think, look, this is social media Super Bowl for a lot of these teams. This is the moment they wait for. And you kind of see the effort with a lot of these teams. So we will talk about some of that as well. And then, of course, we got Final Burn at the end of the show. So make sure you stick around for that. So let's start off with NBA. And I think the first thing I'll start off with, Giannis, Bucks. I guess there's now another layer to this because obviously this offseason, everybody's going to want to know if Giannis is committed to Milwaukee, if Milwaukee's going to try to convince him to stay, will they part ways, and if they do, where does he go? I don't know if you heard the Miles Turner part of this, where he's on a podcast talking about how Doc basically didn't have any control because people knew he wasn't going to find anybody or discipline anybody, which meant Giannis kind of came and went as he pleased. So throwing that now on top of all this, I guess, what do you make of the situation? I know we've talked about it before, but do you think this is another sign that Giannis is gone or has to go, or is this nothing to you?
I think it's best for both parties to just move the hell on.
Okay.
Because at this point, I'm like, take us out of the chat. Don't let me know anything else until the trade happens.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're actively shopping us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't care. Let us know when the trade happens. I don't care about Doc. Doc is no longer the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on from that. I understand you got to air your little grievances, but say your little two sentences. Why would you say that now when you know there's a whole bunch of drama surrounding the Bucks?
Which apparently Miles Turner has kind of talked about situations in Milwaukee before. So I guess for him, going from Rick Carlisle, who I think we can agree, Rick Carlisle is one of the better coaches in the league. So I guess he is very disciplined and keeps that team in order. For Miles to go then to Milwaukee, where, as he put it, Doc just let people do whatever. It probably was a little jarring to him. I don't know. Maybe it speaks to why Milwaukee's season wasn't that great. I don't know. It didn't seem to hurt before, at least in the regular season. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I think for Milwaukee being a small market though, the fear is you let Giannis go, who's like a, I guess some might be the best player that ever played in Milwaukee. You gotta wonder, can you ever get another talent like that back in Milwaukee? But if it is like it is, and Giannis feels like he's above it all, they probably do have to move him to kind of take back some of that.
Like it's
Right?
annoying at this point.
I'm sure Bucks fans are tired of all of it.
Brett is our friend Brett is tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
He over it. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
very annoying.
especially coming off the season they just had, where
Hmm.
they couldn't even make the play-in, even though that wasn't acceptable anyway. Like Bucks fans assume with Giannis, they're gonna be in the playoffs. They're gonna be in contention every year, and I think this year really did show that something drastic probably has to happen.
This year showed that something is fundamentally wrong.
Right. So I guess the question becomes: was removing the coach the answer, or is the coach and the star?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Like it's really both because every year he goes on these little he does this little two-faced trick thing where he tries to play both sides of the fence. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
an employee. Well, they don't want me here, and da 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 da. And I'm like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm really tired. It's exhausting to try to keep up with
I think the playing
because
both
I'm
sides
somebody
part.
who's like,
Go ahead.
I'm somebody who's kind of literal in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and don't none of anything what he says when he starts flip flopping makes sense. All it leads to is you don't really want to be here.
Yeah.
To me,
I think some of it is Giannis understands that he is liked, I guess, by NBA fans because of, I guess, his game, his kind of demeanor, where he hasn't really gotten into the whole fraternizing with the enemy part. So I think he understands that. And if he were to come out and just be like, "Yeah, I'm done here. I'm gone. Get me out of here," I think he thinks that would hurt his image a little bit. I mean, Trajan, what's up? Another Bucks fan. He's ready for Giannis to go. What's up, Sajan? Like,
because
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm over it. I'm over
Mhm.
it. I'm like, you think we're stupid, Giannis. You keep doing this flip floppy, two sidey thing, and I know you're trying to be careful, but at some point, I'm gonna see through. People are gonna start seeing through that. You don't want
Mhm.
to be there.
Yeah. If you're Taylor Jenkins, you were basically pushed out of Memphis with the whole John Moran and everything going on out there, and you're going to inherit Milwaukee with this Giannis situation now. I'm sure if you're Taylor Jenkins, I feel like if he could, he'd probably have a sit down with Giannis and be like, "Look, I'm gonna look you straight in your face. You tell me if you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, I will go to the front office right now and tell them we got to get this guy out of here. Bring whatever you can back. Like, obviously, don't get robbed in a deal for Giannis, but Jenkins doesn't want to sit here and go through another year or two where there's cryptic messages, there's the insinuating, and all this kind of stuff. Because at what point does that get to the younger players where they're rolling their eyes when Giannis showing up late, as Miles Turner put it? Because they asked him straight up, who's the player that's most likely to be late? He's like, Giannis, without a question. Like, Giannis is supposed to be the best player. What kind of example is that setting for the other players? Maybe that alone, Milwaukee should move him. don't want to deal with drama in Milwaukee. That's also true for Midwestern type city like Milwaukee. They don't want to. They don't want to deal with stuff like this.
Right. I'm over it. Over it. And I'm like, Sam's, don't you say anything else until the trade is done.
Right.
I
Because
don't
already know
care.
whole offseason is going to be speculating and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, it's going to be way too much. But
I
going
miss
from that,
Woj.
yeah, it was like going from that drama to however you view the Jaylen Brown situation, where
Manufactured.
well, that's what I was about to say. Because the Twitch stream was taken out of hand, I thought, by ESPN's panel. Brad Stevens and Jaylen Brown have both said great relationship both ways. The Tracy McGrady part, where he said he was more so giving his opinion and not necessarily Jaylen Brown saying it, which I'm like, well, then why did you frame it the way
Well,
that you did?
Jaylen Brown said something to him.
Yes. And I mean, I don't know what he said. We look, we both know Jaylen Brown. We've seen him with like TikTok and all that. Very open. He will discuss whatever. To the point that he did do a stream and some viewer sent a message in and he took accountability for how the season ended and all that.
And they
So
don't talk
looking
about
at,
that.
they absolutely haven't. They moved off the story now because they don't want to bring that part into it. Should the Celtics split up Brown and Tatum?
Hell and no.
Okay, I agree.
Hell no. Like, and Kendrick Perkins needs to shut up.
I mean, we know Perk takes himself more seriously than anybody else does because nobody really does, but he thinks he's like groundbreaking journalist and all this. You see Stephen A.
He
kind
thinks he's
of.
Nostradamus,
You see
and
Stephen A.
I'm
take a
like,
shot at him,
yes, and I
kind of.
loved it.
Yeah,
Kendrick Perkins thinks he's Nostradamus, and he gets on my freaking nerves. I'm like, you are not that philosophical, my boy. My guy. Uh-uh.
hmm?
You're delusional. And for
Yeah.
him, I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna wait to the end of the show, but for him
Well,
to sit here and sit on national television and compare Luka Doncic to Joel Embiid is absolutely insane
I didn't understand it.
because of work
Yeah.
ethic. First of all, wait a minute. He has a hamstring strain. Those are tricky.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. The last thing you want to do is rush back and then do a dash, which is he tore his off the bone.
Yeah.
Then it's really you're screwed. No, 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 no. And I feel like for Kendrick Perkins being a former athlete who's had his injuries,
Mm-hmm.
he should understand that. But for him to sit here and go on national television and compare Luka to Joel Embiid is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, he
Luka
lost me on
wanted to
the.
play. He
Yeah,
couldn't
but
run.
he lost me on the comparison. Yes, Luka has been hurt before. Luka's also been where Joel Embiid hasn't. Luka led a team to not only the conference finals. Joel Embiid has yet to do that. He led him to a finals appearance. And from, I believe, the medicals, I think in that finals, he dealt with an injury. I can't remember what it was, like ribs or something, but he played through that. Embiid, every postseason run, has at least missed 2 games for whatever reason. And we've also seen some appearances with Joel Embiid where he might as well have been injured because he didn't really do much in the game that led to them being eliminated or something like that. So I don't know if Perk's got an issue with Luka now, and this is him manifesting it by comparing him to a guy that Sixers fans are basically over in Joel Embiid, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. I don't know. Perk just Perk lives in his own world. I
Luka's
will.
not soft.
Right. I don't remember anybody ever saying that about him.
Other than he cried too much for refs. He's not soft.
Well, I mean that part. But yeah, he's
But
played through plenty of injuries.
Luka is a maniac.
Hmm.
Joel is a troll who can't stay upright and
Yeah.
is injury ridden.
Hmm.
Ridden. Now this year he is that's not his fault.
Right. Appendicitis, stuff like that. I can't put that on you.
And then game 7 and B is a no show.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'm like, they just got swept.
Perk. Perk
And you
also
gonna
doubled down on
sit
that.
here.
I was about to say Perk also said
Oh,
the Lakers need to, I guess, do right by LeBron and all this. And it's like LeBron's been there what, 10 years now?
yeah. And then you got Stephen A. Smith saying it's not gonna work. Yeah, we're waiting on old ass to retire.
Yeah.
You don't think we knew that? We know that when we have three ball dominant players who don't play defense. You don't think Lakers fans know the state of the roster that aren't LeBron sexuals? You don't
So
think we know that?
what do you do with Austin Reeves though? I feel like
I'm keeping that.
he's become kind of a question mark because I think people view him as a guy in the regular season, plays really well, struggles somewhat in the playoffs. Is there a number that would be too much for you for the Lakers to re-sign Reeves? Like if he said, "I want a max deal," would you give it to him?
He could take a couple of dollars under a max.
Okay. So if we said
Like,
max or no deal, you would say, "Well, go find that deal somewhere."
it depends. Because the Lakers are also in cap space hell, in a way.
True. Okay.
Here's the thing. Stephen A. is also stupid for saying, bringing this whole rhetoric with Austin Reeves up anyway. He's a system play. He's one of our core players.
Hmm.
Why would we trade him?
I, I don't know if part of it is okay. So everybody said obviously Reeves, LeBron, Luca weren't going to work. So if you remove LeBron from that, I think people now have questions on Luca and Reeves. I guess ball dominance and defensively. If that's your starting backcourt, I guess people are worried what that could look like going forward
It,
down the
it
line.
depends on who they replace LeBron with.
That's yeah, that's also a really good question. Where he's been dealing with some personal stuff. I'll put it that way. Like she's still part of the show. Like no worry. Uh,
He'll be back.
yeah. I mean, I think the LeBron aspect, I guess, is interesting. Um, I think people
Like they,
asking whether or not this is his final year. Look, he's not going to miss the chance of taking all the attention of a farewell tour type of year. I'd be surprised if he retired in the off season.
and considering that now none of them three play defense, the fact that we were number 4 and 5 or top seeded in the West, one of them three for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, Asia's starting her stuff again. She just dropped 45.
Oh, well,
Three
okay,
games into the season.
okay. I mean, well,
So
okay,
I'm also another thing, and we'll go on from this.
yeah.
Being a fan of one of the more bigger fan bases in
Hmm.
all of sports, it can be very annoying. I'm not one of those who wants people to talk about the Lakers all the time.
Hmm.
I get tired of people talking about the Lakers.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Talk about the Jazz. Talk about who else? Whatever. I'm so
mhm.
sick and tired of people talking about the Lakers. They find these little stupid ass headlines to nitpick at so they can talk about the Lakers. I'm over it. And I know,
We'll get into
give
that
us
in a
a
little bit,
second.
Sergeant.
And I know for a fact that in a few weeks,
Hmm.
ain't nothing, the first half hour of first take is going to be nothing but Cowboys and Lakers.
Yeah. Hmm.
They're already starting. I'm over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they started on Get Up today talking about
Dallas.
yes, because now a lot of people are buying into Dallas this year, which I'm like, we've been down
Just
this road
because,
before.
I'm like, just because you did this cool ass release video with all the Tylers, it was funny
Hmm.
though.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean you're going to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
That's the only thing that's happened for them so far. They released the video. And Dallas could go to the Super Bowl. Shut the hell up.
I mean, they're buying into
Can
that
we get
Caleb
to
Downs
training
pick.
camp?
It's the
Can we
Caleb Downs
please
pick.
get to training camp
Yes.
before we
All
start
right.
this crap?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Um. I mean, yeah, we'll get into schedule release and all that in a little bit, but let's go. So playoffs really quickly. We're now at the point where Knicks in the East seem like the favorites to make the finals. However you feel about that, they just seem like the best team remaining between them, Pistons, and the Cavs. I wanted to buy into the Pistons, but they seem like they're probably going to let this Cavs series get away from them.
It just went to 7.
Oh, okay. I didn't
They're
catch
going back to
that.
Detroit.
Which I actually, I mean, I don't hate that because I would like to see the Pistons in the conference finals. They are two teams that are in interesting situations. Like if the Pistons lose in Game 7, I think people would look at it and go, all right, they're young. They made it a little bit further. Maybe next year's their year. I think if you're a Cavs fan, you have a Game 7, which means Harden can't do his normal thing and disappear. Not allowed. And Donovan Mitchell has a lot to prove if he wants to kind of get past some of his own playoff failures. If they go into Detroit and the two of them lead the Cavs to a win, like it doesn't obviously do away with all that past history, but it would help it a little bit. Uh, Simon
I
says,
want the Pistons to pull this out
yeah,
because I want them, because I think if they get the Knicks, the only thing that's going to be on their mind is revenge.
yeah,
And I think I think that's going to be that series. If that's going to be a series, I'm going to go bold here. That's a gentleman's sweep
okay,
because the Knicks can beat anybody but the Pistons.
right, yeah.
They've gotten their butt kicked 3 times by one team, and it wasn't close
Mm-hmm.
in all three.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if the Pistons do what they're supposed to do in Game 7, this next series, the Eastern Conference Finals, it could be a gentleman's sweep. I'm not putting money on that, but
I mean, right. I mean, look, that's. I feel like everybody, obviously in the West, it's like Spurs, OKC. We need to have it.
I don't want to
Like,
see that.
but
Actually,
I
yes, I
kind of
do.
think. But I'm saying, like, I think Pistons Knicks could be very entertaining as well. I mean, I don't like necessarily that everybody's just assuming the champion comes out of the West, which it probably will. But I don't know if the Spurs did knock off OKC, could
I want
they?
them to.
But I mean, could they take the Eastern champion a little lightly, and then that becomes more of a series, and they're ready for, and maybe they are primed for an upset, or Spurs or OKC win, they get Knicks or Pistons or Cavs, and it turns into a very quick finals. Either of them could happen. Um, but yeah, so I guess with the East before we go to the West, are the Knicks the best team remaining in the East?
No,
You said no.
no,
Okay.
that's the short.
Okay. I
And
mean,
I'm not.
the Knicks run is impressive, but yeah, go ahead.
I don't care. 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 Your homeboy, Mr. Brown. I defend you all the time. You sold. All of y'all sold. Tatum gets a pass. He's hurt. He
Mm-hmm.
was coming back off of an injury. He's the
Mm-hmm.
only one that gets a pass off your team. Everybody else, f you, because you had the chance to knock
Mm-hmm.
all this crap off.
I mean, yes. There's also that part of me that the way Cat's playing right now, which I mean, this might be the best stretch he's played ever. The center position for the Celtics was a weak point that Embiid obviously exploited. I wondered how they would have done with Cat. But I do agree. I think the Celtics would have given the Knicks at least
They wouldn't have got
a
swept.
challenge. You're right. Exactly. I mean, hey, however the Knicks get there is what it is. I would find it interesting if the Knicks did make the finals. Would they be open to conversations about their path to the finals because they would have gone through inexperienced Atlanta team, apparently a broken down Sixers team, and if they did be like the Pistons team, that'd be another inexperienced team. Would that be seen as some easy path? They did it when the Celtics made it. They came up with all kinds of ways to diminish it.
The Pistons aren't inexperienced at whooping the Knicks' ass. They're not inexperienced at that.
I mean, yes, but regular season, playoffs, plus the Pistons themselves, they will look great one quarter,
And that's
and
the
then the
one
next
thing that
quarter they
ticks
will
me
look
off.
like they don't even know what offense they're running or anything like that. They are a weird team.
And I'm like, and the only reason why I said the Pistons is I'm like, I'm not giving any type of New York Knicks nothing credit for nothing.
I mean,
Not with how this playoff run is
I don't
going.
want to give them anything either. Each round they
And
go, their fan base is going to get worse and worse.
it Stephen A. Smith is insufferable. Um, Turning my attention to Cleveland real quick. Look, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't go up to Detroit and not show up.
I think Mobley more importantly, like Jared Allen, all they really need him to do is rebound and keep guys away from the front of the rim. They
Has he
don't
been
need him to
doing
score
that?
a lot. I mean, he hasn't really, but
See,
that's like all he needs to do. Mobley needs to actually score because you can't just rely on Mitchell bailing you out or Harden bailing you out late in the game. Like Mobley's supposed to be that third scorer, and he's had his moments, but obviously in the game 7, he has to show up.
How many? Because I looked at the score for the Pistons game.
Mm-hmm.
It was 94 to 115. If we're gonna get, I'm trying to figure. I'm about to look it up. But how many turnovers did Mr. Harden commit?
Um, he had 8, which is
That's the
crazy.
freaking reason. That's the
Yeah.
reason why they lost the way that they lost. Right there, I knew he had a boatload of turnovers. Because how? What the hell?
Well, Donovan
Like,
Mitchell going 6 for 20 from the field doesn't help either.
that doesn't help either. But 8 turnovers,
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
How many shots did he make?
Harden, he went 6 for 13.
You turned the ball over more times than you actually put the ball in the basket.
Yep.
What the?
Yeah. And I mean, Pistons did it with Tobias Harris only scoring 6 points.
Like,
Duran showed up 15 and 11. If Duran could do that, I think they would win game 7.
he better
So,
do it.
but it's also funny, like, if you're a Pistons fan, you look at game 5, the way you lost that with Cunningham with the late turnovers that helped Harden steal that game away from you. And then you look at tonight, the Pistons could have eliminated Cleveland tonight if they didn't kind of pee down their leg at the end of
In
game
game
5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they know that now.
Look, they probably surprised a lot of people because obviously game 6 in Cleveland, you lose game 5 the way you do on your home floor. A lot of teams that's demoralizing. So the fact that they not only beat Cleveland, they handled them on the road, and Cleveland's been actually good in the playoffs at home. On the road, they've been a little shaky. Yeah, if you're Detroit, you don't want to be overconfident, obviously, but you have to feel like game 7 is where you can obviously win the series and then now turn your attention to that team in New York that you have shown you're equipped to beat, despite the hot streak that they're on right now.
This man had 8 freaking turnovers.
Look, just because Harden played well at the end of game 5, he can't beat those allegations that a lot of these big games late in series, he is a completely different player and one that just does not help you win. And like you said, you can't make 6 shots and turn it over 8 times as a guy who handles the ball a lot in Cleveland and think you're going to win, especially with
He
Detroit, who
played
loves to play in transition.
37 minutes.
Yeah.
37 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, that's Cleveland. And if they fall short, they can sit there and hope LeBron comes back for a third time to help save them. I don't know why Cavs fans would do that to themselves, but sure.
I think with the way looking at that, and I don't know who this Dean Wade person is, but you cannot play 22 minutes and score three effing points.
I feel like Dean Wade's supposed to be. What is he supposed to be? I think he's supposed to be like Struce like.
Oh hell no, that damn sure ain't good enough.
But I mean, he's supposed to be like a guy who can knock down the 3. Yeah, I don't know. He's just a guy, but yeah, he has to do a lot more.
Like,
So let's go
You wouldn't
to the. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
you I just got on Jared Allen, but he was all most efficient.
Yeah, Allen actually had a good night. Which, if you're Cleveland and you lose in Game 7, you wasted good play from Jared Allen in Game 6 on your home floor.
And this is why I don't take the Cavs serious.
I don't either, but a lot of people like Donovan Mitchell. They want to put him as like some top 15-ish type of player. At what point? At what point do we see that? Like,
He can't
if
be
you're at
the best
18
player
points,
and you be thinking about seriously getting a title. I'm there with him. He cannot be your
yeah.
best player if you're really serious about a title. He could be your second best player, not your best
Mhm.
player. And
I
if
mean,
you
I was
think
already there
James
with
Harden is
him.
the answer, clearly it's not.
Yeah, I was there with him when he was in Utah, and I looked at him with the Cavs like he could prove me wrong by doing it there. But it's kind of more of the same. They have good years in the regular season, and then playoffs they fall short. So if they do lose in Game 7, Cleveland will have a lot of, I guess, discussions they need to have about that roster. But going to the West, where we have, Saijan put before, seems like we're on a collision course of Spurs and OKC, unless Minnesota can force a Game 7 themselves. And I said before, everybody's putting that as your finals matchup if it does happen. Now, I know you're going for the Spurs. Uh, I would love to see the Spurs win. I feel like the OKC experience and how deep they are, like Jared McCain. Uh,
He's
I love,
annoying as hell.
yes, but
He's annoying.
I also love how there were Philly fans that wanted him gone. Like some of it was obviously like the nail painting and stuff, which look, get over it. Some of it was the TikToking. Once again, it's 2026, get over it. Most athletes are on
He can
TikTok
take his
one way or
hip.
another. And he just has fun on TikTok. I can't really get on him for that. But the fact Philly sent him to the one organization, like they don't have enough. They have like 13 first round picks in the next few years. Their roster's deep as ever, and you just send them Jared McCain, who's now a like knockdown 3-point shooter, brings a lot of energy to that team, and could be in line to win a ring. Whereas Philly, more questions
Just
than
fired
answers.
Daryl Morey.
I feel like we saw that coming. I think the real question was, would Nick Nurse lose his job, and he's keeping it fine. I mean, I'm not a Nick Nurse guy, but I don't know if I would blame him necessarily for what
Mm-mm.
happened in Philly this year.
All right, I'm so sick. I am going for the Spurs. I'm not gonna lie. Cool, if you're in here, I know you're a Thunder fan. Your team is a bunch of divas. They get on my freaking nerves. The Lakers should have won Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
SGA is a fraud with all of that leg kicking. The way that game ended pissed me off so bad.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Yeah.
all of that foul baiting? I feel like they rage bait me. Watching the Thunder is rage bait
Mm-hmm.
because half of that BS ain't even basketball. And the refs, and I'm not mad at them for doing it. I'm mad at the referees for falling for it. If you stop falling for it, they're gonna stop doing it. This is not the Oscars or the Tonys or what the fuck ever. This
Mm-hmm.
is basketball. Like, stop all of that. Quit kicking your legs out. Quit moving your body all foolishness
Mm-hmm.
with all this foolishness trying to draw contact.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I am very sick of it. I'm over it. Like the Lakers should have won Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody with eyes saw it. They
Yeah.
had that game. And here these damn fish out of waters come. All this freaking fluffing. All you saw was arms and legs flailing. It works my nerves. I hate them. They get on my nerves. And then you got SGA smug ass on Instagram. If you don't shut up and stay upright and quit acting like you're in the ballet or something,
Mm-hmm.
you do pirouettes for no fucking reason. And I hope the next when they play the Spurs, I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely mean this. Wimby, cut SGA in the neck.
Okay. Look, I definitely get that,
Just like
and
this. The way he did it, that, I want that again. Do it.
so I feel like my question would be: are the Thunder bad for the league to you?
Yes. And of the it's not because of the depth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the style of play and it's the fact that refs refuse to call it. I'm not mad at their talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for everybody out there, I don't want SGA to get hurt.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I obviously understood the like sarcasm in what you said. All right. So the way I kind of feel with the Thunder is the Thunder, like if you okay, like you as a Lakers fan, if you were like, why can't the Lakers be like the Thunder? I would completely get it because they're a team that they have built all of this from the ground up through the draft and the SGA trade, which I know people killed the Clippers for it, but did we
The
know
Clippers weren't
SGA was
going to
going
do
to
anything
become
with him.
this? Yeah, but like nobody knew that SGA was going to become this, so I can't really kill them for that. Obviously, looking back, they look like idiots, but the fact that they are coming off of a title, seem like they're back on a track to go back to back, and their future is almost a backup for once this current group, when a lot of these deals start coming up and they got to pay all these guys a lot of money, they'll be able to move off of some guys because, as they've shown, they draft really well. They'll probably have some no name guy ready to step in the spotlight. I mean, AJ Mitchell is out here dominating teams. He's been sitting on the bench all year. So now he's a guy that if, I don't know, in a year or two, if they have to move off somebody big, AJ Mitchell's ready to take on a bigger role. And in that case, I feel like for the league, they are great. Because some of these teams that can't get it together, the league can look at them and go, OKC did it. Maybe you should look at yourselves and figure out why you can't do it. Now, the part that you're talking about with foul baiting and all those conversations, yeah, that isn't good for the league. That's more so on the refs than OKC. The refs, for me, I get it if they called the obvious stuff. If a guy goes to the hoop, he gets clotheslined in the head and he goes down, yes, you call that. If a guy's going to the hoop, they're both going up for like a defender's going for the block, and like there's this slight bump on the hip or something, we don't need to call that. You can let that go. Stuff like that, I don't need it. The raking up under the defender to get a foul call, don't need that.
Start penalizing it.
Look, I know some have said you do the technical foul stuff. Some people are like, you just give them a fine after the game.
No. They have to know in the moment, this is
Yeah.
unacceptable. This is not basketball behavior.
So what do? Do you give them a technical? Do
You give
you?
them an offensive foul and you give the ball back to the other
Okay.
team. That's what you do. It's an offensive foul to me. Because why? Like, you should
Well,
not be able to go up under a defender's hands and start ripping. That's
yeah.
ridiculous. And then you want to do like my dog does and fall out and act
Mm-hmm.
like you want to get a foul.
I feel like that one should be a no call. I'm interested to see this offseason what happens with the push off? Because I feel like that move has gotten a lot of attention, especially this season, especially in the playoffs. And obviously, some instances, if the defender's like right up on you, you give like a little nudge to create space. But the actual extending out of the arm, I wouldn't be surprised if the league goes into next season and goes point of emphasis, the push off. I feel like
And if
that's where
it
we're
looks
going.
unnatural,
Yeah.
if the bodily movement looks unnatural to the proportionate of force that you think was applied to the physicality, don't call that shit.
Yeah.
If you think somebody is acting, don't call it. If they get hurt, I don't care because they flop themselves on the floor. Floors hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Stay upright.
Yeah.
Quit doing all of that. I feel like they need to let one of these players just hit the deck when they're flopping one good time and hurt themselves or knock themselves out. And I'm not wishing injury. I'm not. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes these people, they're hard headed. And what
But
does the saying go?
we had that a couple of years ago remember when Embiid went back and then like grabbed Mitchell Robinson? I think Mitchell Robinson ended up he twisted his ankle or something like that. I
Yeah.
thought when
And
that happened, that was going to bring about something. Maybe because Mitchell Robinson just isn't good enough. I don't know. But
it kind of slowed down for a little bit. And then the Thunder started this shit. Excuse my language.
yeah.
And now here we go. Everybody's foot just likes to twitch upward.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's hand just likes to go.
Yeah.
And everybody can just. I'm like, this is not the Nutcracker. This is not anything that you would see at the Opera House or at the dance studio.
Yeah.
This is not crump dancing either. This is basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball. I don't want to sit here and see people damn near do pirouettes trying to get a foul.
Yeah.
Do I want people resembling a beached whale getting a foul?
Yeah.
Like what? It's ridiculous. They look like fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
They get on my nerve. The refs enable this BS.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a petition, can I sign it? And then they get mad and you find the shit out of the coaches and the players for speaking up on it, but it's ridiculous. They have a point. And for Stephen A. Smith to sit up here and just clam on Jaylen Brown for a week, when Jaylen Brown did not necessarily blame the refs for how his season is gone. He didn't do that. He said they were terrible. He took responsibility for how his season has gone. And how it ended. He took responsibility. But the refs definitely played a hand in that. They're terrible. They keep enabling this stupid style of play that makes the game borderline unwatchable. I'm done.
No, I mean I think because of the conversations, I feel like there will be something from the league to kind of push back against it and take. You probably can't take all of it out, but take some of it out. That's what I'm saying. Like the push off, I feel like that's something that we're going to hear next year. Point of emphasis. And I think if you take that away, that helps some of this. And then we'll kind of see what the conversations are next year and how much more they kind of chip away at it. I think the push off is the big one that a lot of people want to see dealt with.
If they make flopping a text or something, like, be more strict. I'm over it.
I mean, you could, but then you're asking referees to determine what they feel like is acting. And I feel like all we're going to be leading to is some player will say they're getting a bad rap and not getting the call because they're not player whoever.
No. Then you pull up the goddamn evidence. You have a bad rep because of A, B, C, D, and E. Because you're an actor. who is cosplaying as a basketball player right now.
Yeah.
They have replay.
Yeah. So I mean, look, if expanding replay for some of that is how we go about it, then fine. I mean, that's probably maybe that is the happy medium is like they'll allow maybe a couple of more uh, replay challenges, and now if guys get a foul called on them and they think it's a flop, to replay it really quickly and see. Yeah, maybe that's what happens. Who knows?
Because I'm like, that whole series they flopped.
Mm-hmm.
The whole series.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I could cry and be upset because my Lakers got swept. They kept it
Mm-hmm.
close. They kept it cute.
Yeah.
We didn't get blown out. I know the scores say what they say. That's usually because the fourth quarter they start doing a whole bunch of crap. But the Lakers, especially in game four, they kept it cute. They had a sizable lead. And then, defense. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look.
considering they're down their top two scorers,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the season was about to end. I just didn't want it to end like that
Yeah.
against a bunch of dead fish out of water that can't stay upright.
Right.
They're terrible actors, by the way.
Well, I mean, we've seen some NBA players try to get into acting.
Yeah.
Some can do it. Others, yeah, stick to basketball. Okay, so I mean, we'll see. Obviously, by next week we'll probably have. Well, yeah, we'll have both conference finals matchups ready to go, so we can talk a little bit more about those teams that are left at that point. But and I think it's fitting that we're about to do kind of this Rondo discussion because on the ball, they did it last night. Brett said that there was some like conversation online about Rondo versus Darren Williams or something like that, and yeah, which Darren Williams was a good player.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm biased. I would take Rondo, but I get it. Here we go. What's up, Mo? Thunder are great for basketball. They make other franchises step their game up from president, GM, and scouts. And we both agree with that. Like, the way that they're set up should be the benchmark. Probably before the Thunder, everybody was like, let's be Golden State. Few teams could replicate it, but that was kind of the front office that everybody wanted to be. Now it's OKC. Like, their future is ridiculously bright. How they manipulated trades, getting all these picks. Like, yeah, they're the model franchise that people love to hate once they're on the court.
Look, I love what they've done. I hate them.
Yeah.
I really no. I honestly and I just went on a whole rant about it. It has
Yeah.
nothing, like Mo. It has nothing to do with them.
Mhm.
I hate the way referees call the game when it comes to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I
I
said,
don't
with
like
all,
the one not also don't like is their style of play.
like I said,
And I'm not
that's
mad about how it's just like watching them is like it's rage bait.
mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna see at least 10 different plays where they're flopping like this.
Yeah.
At least 10.
I mean, kind of
And the
like
fact of the matter is that I felt like, and it's like the fact of the matter, I felt like the Lakers should have game four definitely reinforces my belief.
mm-hmm. Yes, I think, and like I said, last thing before we move on, because the Thunder are such a great organization, because they have such a deep roster, because they have great players, I think for some fans, it's now that you're throwing the foul baiting on top of it, it makes them OP. And like, funny thing, I was playing 2K last night, and in there they show like the stuff that happened in other games, and the Thunder score came up, and it was like SGA set a record with 25 free throws made, and I was like, so EA figured that out and got that right in the game because we're not that far off from SGA probably having a game like that in the next few years. But most of it, I don't love them, but the Thunder are playing to the rules of the NBA is laid out over the last 15 to 20 years. Right. And that's why we were like, don't be surprised if the league talks about point of emphasis for next season. I feel like it's going to be the push off, but, could be something else. I don't know.
Unnatural body movement. How about that?
Something.
Let's
They'll
put an
word it.
emphasis on that.
They'll word it some way like that. All right,
Look
so
at
so a little Rondo conversation because I think it is going to be interesting. Obviously, he was a Celtics fan, he was a Lakers fan. Both teams were, Rondo had years with them, so it's kind of interesting to see how you view him, I view him, and whatever. So I guess really
and
quickly, obviously,
ironically,
or go ahead.
he won the ring with both.
Yes, which I'm sure puts him into some trivia question because he did that. I mean, I can be real with Rondo. Like, obviously Rondo had his shortcomings. We all know.
Hmm.
Shooting
He was a
wasn't great.
hothead.
Yes. Oddly enough, it seemed like he was a better shooter with less time on the shot clock, so he didn't really have to think about it. Then he seemed like he was an efficient shooter, but otherwise, not the greatest.
Mm.
But really quickly, he was in Kentucky, drafted '06, four-time All-Star, four-time All-Defensive Team, three-time assist leader, two-time champ, as you mentioned, once with the Celtics, once with the Lakers. His numbers don't jump off the page, obviously. He was a 10-point scorer, 8 assists, 4.5 rebounds. Those are his averages for the regular season. Shot 46%, 32 from three. Playoffs, he did up his game a little bit to 12.5 points, 8.5 assists, 5.6 rebounds per game.
He also played 14 years, so there's that.
Yes, and some teams you might be surprised he actually played for because we know Celtics and the Lakers. He had a stint with the Kings, Bulls,
I remember that.
Pelicans, Mavericks, Hawks, Cavs, and Clippers.
I remember all of that.
I mean, I do as well. Some years, might have slipped some people's mind. Maybe the Bulls year because it's the Bulls.
What year was that when he fought Chris Paul?
Oh, what year was that?
Because that was hilarious. And Chris Paul 100% deserved it.
I mean, Chris Paul does his stuff. Like, Chris Paul is very sneaky with his, little attacks on people.
Was it the Laker year?
Yes. Yeah, he was on the Lakers when that happened.
I loved it.
For some reason, I was thinking that was the year with the Artest Harden elbow. That seemed like a really weird year. For some reason, I think both of those happened the same year. I could be wrong, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Mo says Westbrook numbers jump off 10 pages. That said, given a choice, I would take Rondo over him all day, every day. Russ is a special talent, but like his buddy Harden, not a winning player. I would agree with
Rondo is
that.
a winner. He's a great facilitator. He's led the league in assists.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved growing up watching him. I love to watch him. He was one of the
Doc
very
said
few Celtics I could stand.
Doc said he was probably one of the smartest players that he coached, and he was not
Mm-hmm.
afraid. Doc and Rondo was not afraid to tell you that.
You can just listen to Rondo.
He has future coach in the making.
You can just listen to him. If like JJ got a job, JJ's also one of those high IQ guys.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't Rondo get one?
I think Rondo would
Do
be
I
great.
wish that? Do I think he should go to New Orleans? Hell no. I think New Orleans needs to hop off of that that hungry hippo they got down there. But that's neither here or there. But I wouldn't wish the Pelicans on Rondo. He needs a more stable franchise.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves a more stable franchise. Hell, if he really wanted to like start his coaching ladder, go to where it started.
Yeah. Although if he did get like the Pelicans job, I feel like the one thing that he would probably change down there, he'd hold players accountable, and I feel like they'd probably be a fundamentally probably a better team. Rondo is more of a Hall of Famer than a lot of guys that are in the Hall of Fame. Mo, you're speaking to
You're
the choir
cooking with
here.
Crisco.
Yeah, love
I
Rondo.
loved watching it.
Mm-hmm.
He was very key. Like those Celtics teams in 2008 and 2000 to 2010, they don't get as far as they did without him.
I mean, yeah, because obviously you'd probably be asking Ray Allen to do a little bit more to create his own shot, because that was obviously a big part of his success in Boston was him running off of screens,
Hmm.
Rondo delivering the passes perfectly for him to just go up into a shot, him and KG working like 1-2 pick and roll type offense with those two. You obviously can't do that if Rondo isn't there. It's just him and Pierce. Like, yeah, he's probably unassuming because you look at that roster, you go Ray Allen, legit Hall of Famer, KG, legit Hall of Famer, Pierce. Look, Pierce will tell you himself he's probably better than Jordan, but Rondo was the guy. Look, I know people can't stand Pierce, but Pierce is my guy. I just I don't know. He
He's
did
annoying.
he is. I have heard like KG go at him, and I think that's hilarious as well. The
He's
fact
a
that those two
net.
found each other is hilarious because KG, he's like on a million every minute of the day. Pierce is like real cool and collected, but I don't know. They just bring
Until
something
he
out of each
starts
other.
smoking.
Probably.
Until he starts smoking and getting around strippers. We didn't forget that, Paul Pierce.
Hey, not everybody's past the squeaky clean. He's got his demons in his closet.
And
You see,
saying dumb
see
crap.
where it's going. Well,
And
I mean,
anti-LeBron rhetoric.
well, at least with that, like those two had heated battles on the court. I kind of get it. I mean,
Don't
look,
turn into an Isaiah Thomas.
I'm just well, yeah, that obviously not. But look, we don't know what LeBron might look like in the media. He
I
might
wish
have
he
it.
wouldn't join the media. Don't pick up a microphone. Stay your ass away from a camera. Go be
I
with your
mean,
wife. Absolutely not.
what do you think LeBron's gonna do when he retires?
Go to Mars. Dude,
He goes to the boom boom room for the buffet. I mean, hey, Lou Williams with the Magic City for the Wings. It's possible. That story still. But I guess back to Rondo really quickly.
his
I
wife is
did
crazy too.
find a stat about him. He had what was it 37 games where he had double digit assists, and he had a 37 game streak in 2012 of double digit assists. His highest mark, he had 24 against the Knicks. I remember that game. He had 10 points, 10 rebounds, 24 assists. It was crazy, but he was a guy who knew who he was. Today's NBA, I mean, you can attest to this. Like, we'll see guys who try to turn themselves into a 3-point shooter when they clearly shouldn't be. We see big men. I mean, big men who play soft and just get on your nerves.
Aiden.
I'm just saying, like there's guys who make themselves unwatchable and frustrating coaches to no end. Rondo, he knew what he was. He was there to facilitate. He played hard nosed defense, and that's what he was as a player.
And the one thing I will add to that, because if he wasn't there, I don't know who they was gonna rely on to facilitate all of that. Perk.
I mean, Perk probably thought he was Draymond Green. Like he'd bring the ball
Man,
up.
don't get me started. Don't get me started. Because I'm like, because when he starts with when I was with the Celtics, I'm like, do you realize I remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You realize I watched you play in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
I watched you play in Boston. And you over here talking cash money junk.
Mm-hmm. But you know what feeds Perk's ego is, was it the 2010 finals injury that everybody says that's how the Celtics lost that series. So in his mind, he was the MVP of that team. I mean, his injury was a big deal, but I mean, Perk was just a role player. He's a guy that, 10, 15 years from now, who's really remembering Perk career stats and all that kind of stuff?
They won't be remembering him for what he did on the court. They be remembering for some of the BS he says.
Right. He'll be known as Perk, the guy at ESPN, more so than Perk, the NBA player. Okay.
That footage gonna be grainy.
So I guess we both agree Rondo seems like a future coach. Mo brought up that Rondo's more of a Hall of Famer than guys that are in the Hall. So he probably should have that honor. And yeah, and the crazy thing is, there are so many teams right now that you would look to and say if they had a Rondo, they'd be so much better. Imagine if the Magic had a Rondo type of point guard. I bet you Banchero would be a lot better. Perk's always going for that, because Perk
I
just
also
loves
think
that
Dan
attack.
Carroll would throw an attitude too, because he's been showing that too.
Yeah. But I mean, for a guy like Banchero, look, it probably could be frustrating. Yes. Thank you, Bo. Rockets. If the Rockets had Rondo, well, I mean, you and Mo probably wouldn't want that because maybe Lakers Rockets goes a little differently, but theoretically, with all the Rockets issues, a guy like Rondo would have worked perfectly there.
Yeah, because he would have knocked KD ass out.
I mean, probably yes. Or
You
I mean,
not probably.
he probably would have made KD run the same way Draymond did.
He would have gotten in onto KD, and that would have been the end of that.
Yeah.
Especially right after that All-Star game. If Rondo had been there, especially after that burner thing, he would have lit into KD.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about Rondo that I like. He don't bite his tongue.
No.
And he's a smart ass. So there's that.
Rondo seems like he might be a dirty fighter. He looks
Ask
like
Chris Paul.
Look, I felt like there was going to be one day that somebody's going to do something to Chris Paul. Rondo was just the right one that day. Rondo absolutely would have called him out on the burner accounts.
He would have tried probably, and if they would have started fighting, KD would have said something. He would have tried to go upside his head.
Right. Or Rondo might have
Just
formed a
because you
burner
7 foot
account
tall don't
himself.
mean you can't get slapped.
Rondo might have formed a burner account just to get into KD's burner accounts and roast them. Some teammate needs to do that, by the way. That would be hilarious if somebody did that.
You don't mess with the right one.
Well, I mean, maybe unfortunately, like KD is on his way out, so
it don't matter.
Now you talk about LeBron and he needs to retire and just go away. I got a feeling like KD will kind of disappear. I don't see
Well,
KD
nobody
doing
likes him
media stuff.
anymore, so
KD doesn't look like he'd be interested in media type stuff. Like he'd probably pop up
nobody
every
likes
once in a
him.
while, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna get into the media side of sports.
Not that now he knows that nobody likes him
I mean, nobody likes Rashawn McCancy. He's in media.
because he's a loudmouth. KD's not one of those. He'll
True.
defend himself, but he's more likely to plan out what he's gonna say on a burner and then say it on the real account.
Yeah.
KD's one of those people who's gonna hold it
Hmm.
and then it just yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of those people you gotta watch.
Hmm.
That's what I mean to say. You gotta watch him.
Yeah. Okay.
Then go sit here and say, I'm not gonna get into Twitter foolishness instead of denying it. Because if he had flat out said it was no, then everybody would have keyed in on the fact of look at how these messages are worded. You're
Hmm.
not gonna sit here and tell me this ain't you. And it would have been a lie.
Well, I mean, as a guy with a burner account, you can kind of tell that KD has the burner accounts because he
He's
doesn't want necessarily
insecure.
like direct confrontation. Like he's
And
more
because he's
willing to, like you
insecure.
said, yeah, say it under the covering of some phony account so that you can't like pinpoint it to him. Even though when they tried to bring up this one, he was like, "My team knows who I am," so he didn't want to. It was almost like if he denied it, it'd be him acknowledging it. And he doesn't want to acknowledge it either. He just wants to show up, ball out, and then go home and do whatever he does at home.
Which is includes not taking a shower, not putting on lotion, and not brushing his damn head.
He's got that
Bum.
lotion. He's got that lotion ad now. He better be using it.
He's not, and you know he's not.
I mean, then
He
then
looked
they
ashy the
wasted.
other day.
That they are wasting money. Then,
The last
well,
time
maybe
I
that
saw him, he
look.
looked a little ashy.
Maybe that's more of a marketing thing than ever. If you see KD out there, you'd be like, if I don't lotion, I'm gonna look that dry. Let me go ahead and get that lotion ready.
First of all, if he don't bathe every day, what is he
True.
putting lotion on?
Uh, he's drying out somehow. He's had some moments where you just wonder how he does like combust and just turn to a bunch of cuts the way he was dry.
Bro, why do I know this much about his lack of hygiene?
I mean, well, that when he was confronted with, he talked about openly.
He don't like brushing his hair. I'm like, so you rather walk around looking with your head looking like a bunch of BDBs in a rat's nest, and instead of at least you're not even gonna put on a hat, a bonnet, a do rag, nothing.
Because to him, none of that's keeping him from playing ball. So why should he care?
And you walk around so freaking ashy that you could play tic tac toe on your skin. Wow,
I, hey, his mom
he's
has
a
to feel
bum.
some type of way.
Bum.
She probably has some stories about him too.
He probably didn't listen. He probably had to fight him to take a shower,
Right.
and that's probably why he don't do it every day now.
Exactly. I guess let's move to what I say. All right, WNBA. Let's have a little conversation about that. I think we'll start with Paige and Daisy Fudd because obviously the fascination with those two being on the same team has led to both Paige and AZ want to be like, hey, let's talk about on the court. Stick to that. Don't worry about what we got going on off the court. And I know because I believe we talked about that before. You agree with their stance on that? Like, it shouldn't be the number one question that you need to ask both of them.
It is not. It's not because I'm like, one, why are we start? Don't start that starting every press conference with that shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna get old quick. It's already old. Hell,
Mm-hmm. And it's like what 3 games into the season.
already old. Like, and for people to sit here and say they shouldn't have attitudes, that's their personal life. And I
Yeah.
don't give a damn if this type of dynamic, if y'all are acting like this is brand new to the world. It's not brand new to the WNBA. You had Dejanay and Alyssa when they were together on the same damn team.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
didn't nobody bat a word and didn't nobody keep asking them questions.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, for some, it's because it's not something that we worry about with the NBA. You know, there's
Yeah,
not a
you
lot
worry
of.
about worse.
But I'm saying it's like not a lot of the this player with that player with the relationship on the same team. Like outside of the email with somebody in the front office, like that's probably the most you'll get. So I agree. Look, the two of them have every right to cop any attitude that they want. I wouldn't care if they went to a press conference and the first question came out like that and they
And
just
they
turned the
walked
mic
out.
down and walked out. I wouldn't hate them for that either.
I pitched
Maybe,
in on the fine.
yeah, and I would hope the team would pay the fine too. But maybe what might work best for them is all of a sudden. Remember how last season it was Caitlin and Angel Reese was all the conversations. This year, it's Caitlin and Paige Beckers now. Every time I go on social media, that's the conversation being had. Who's better? Who would you build around? All this stuff.
Beckers.
I'm the same. I'm the same way. And then the pushback is, well, Caitlin brings in the attendance. Great, but if I'm
Caitlyn needs
building
to
a
work
team
on
to
her
win,
damn left.
it's like if I'm building a team to win, I'd rather have Paige Beckers. Yeah, if you want to sell an arena, great. Bring in Caitlin Clark. I get it. That also kind of works on the level like we see in the NBA. Struggling team, not winning, bringing a big name just to get people into the arena. I don't want to necessarily diminish Caitlin Clark to that, but for people to act like it's crazy to think that you'd rather have Beckers as your point guard than Caitlin Clark is crazy to me.
She's more complete.
She's better, yes, better handles, gets to her spots easier, better. Well, she's a better passer.
And she
She
don't
takes care of the
flop.
ball better. Like, what else do you need?
She don't flop either. Now, Miss Caitlin, that flop that I saw the other day, ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am,
yeah.
that girl didn't touch you. You lost your handle, hit yourself in the head, and then, ugh, I'm like, God. And if you do some stuff like that again, I'm gonna keep getting on you every
Hmm.
time because we're not gonna start that. I see it enough in the NBA. Don't start that
Yeah. I mean, look, that's not a reputation that she's gonna want to have or probably enjoy having.
because now you kind of making me feel like when Dejanay mocked you for flopping last year, she was right.
Hmm.
That was funny.
Yeah. And hasn't been the greatest start to the season for Caitlin Clark either. She's the 3-point shot hasn't been as on the money as it should be or has been. So I think even more so the fact that people are still picking her over Paige is crazy. Even Chelsea Gray got
Mhm.
roped into it because the GM said they'd rather start their team with Chelsea. No, they said that Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the league. Caitlin Clark fans were like, "Oh, that's crazy." No, it's not. Like Chelsea Gray is a better point guard. And as
Mhm.
you and I would agree, Paige Beckers is a better point guard. So Caitlin Clark was lucky that she was picked second and not third.
Right. need to stop it.
Hmm.
And speaking on the WNBA, the
Yes.
Atlanta Dream are undefeated.
Hmm.
2 games and 2 double doubles for guess who?
Oh, you mean me bounds?
Yeah.
God, that was so yeah. I mean,
And the
she
thing
fits
is,
in with the
I'm
team.
watching the Dream. I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, she improved her touch a little bit.
Hmm.
She's improving. I'm like, some people is gonna take. Not everybody is gonna be immediately adjusted.
Yeah.
She's getting there though. And meanwhile, in Chicago, they're 2-0, and the floor
Camilla looks
spacing
better.
looks so much better. I'm like, oh my god. Do I
And
like
unfortunately,
Carla more?
because
No,
probably because they
but
took Reese and Camilla like high in the draft, they couldn't like put one on the bench because that was the biggest problem. Two players that love being around the rim, you can't put on the court together because they'll just get in each other's way. So unfortunately, I guess for the Sky, you had to move Angel Reese. Fortunately for the Dream, they get her. And yes, now both players can operate more freely. And maybe for Angel, being in a situation that's more conducive to winning, you might get a better version of her.
hmm and with Camilla, she's starting to get more aggressive consistently, and I like that.
Yes, because she knows in Chicago she runs the paint.
hmm
Um, let's see what other teams.
Washington,
Yes, who beat Indiana tonight in overtime.
see, now what I say? What did I say about the Mystics?
I mean, we've both been high on Washington. I was just looking really
hmm
quickly. Sonia Citron, 30 points. I mean, look, not long before you might say she's maybe a better point guard than a certain somebody. I'm just
hmm
saying. 10 for 14 from the field, very efficient. Irafin had 25, 25 and 13. She's going to be a beast
Jesus
this year.
Christ,
Uh, Austin had 19 and 9. Like, they're not even getting crazy production from Lauren Betts yet. Like, she's coming off the bench, obviously, 4 points and 2 rebounds. But they're 2-1 now. Uh, Caitlin Clark actually did have a good game tonight. She had 32 with 8 assists.
yeah.
Aaliyah
I
Boston only
just
had 9, though, which I guess they still haven't learned from last year when they get Boston involved. They're a better team.
and they win,
Yes. So they still have to figure that out.
and that's why I don't watch the season. I mean, I watch them clearly, but
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, they took me off
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, Caitlyn is talented. Aaliyah's the number 1 pick. I feel like they need to stop bringing the ball up the court with Caitlyn so damn much. Keep using Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. Like, it's not that hard.
Well, Kelsey Mitchell, she gets hers, obviously. I think
Mm-hmm.
tonight she had like 24 because she can create for herself. So if you run plays for her or not, when she gets her hands on the ball, she can get to where she wants to go. But I agree. They have to figure out how to work Boston in with the two of them. And, Leah Boston's a good passer. Like, she can, when Caitlin Clark was out last year, she did do a little point forward. Not saying she should do that a lot, but I feel like sometimes you do that just to allow her to at least have the ball in her hands a little bit. I think that
That's what
would,
I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm not saying do it was because I'm not saying do it all the time, but I'm like,
right.
have a little quick rotation. Have a rotation where that's possible. You have
Hmm.
talent.
Yeah. Little dribble handoff with one of them. Like, yeah. I mean, they're 1-2. It's early. But, well, the Aces, could talk about them because, like you said earlier, Asia Wilson had 45. She only had 3 rebounds and 3 assists, but hey, you drop 45, you do what you want.
Exactly.
Uh, Chelsea Gray, 12 and 10 assists, which is why she's the better point guard because she racks up assists on that team.
Hmm.
I mean, for my son, they're 0-4. They've also had a kind of a brutal start to the season, though. They've played a rough schedule, but Van Lith
They
looks like
have,
she's going to be good there. She had 17 tonight.
and I also think half of them don't care because they relocating anyway.
I mean, that's why Brittany Griner's there. They're moving to Houston. That's where she's from. Yeah, I think
So
they'll I think once they get past this tough part, like I think they'll start getting some wins. Anissa Murrow's like a double double machine off the bench now, which
I
love
love
that.
her.
I
I
mean,
love her.
it's like it's look, it's a league. Some people look at it, oh, they're not profitable, well, whatever. It's just like the talent level. It's more than Clark and Asia Wilson. Like it is your Citrons and your Morrows, or even a Kelsey Mitchell, who I feel like should be talked about a lot more for her ability. But on a team with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, it's easy to be overshadowed. You look at, uh, like I said, Chicago with Camilla Kennedy Carter, who is back in the league after a little bit of an absence.
Carter's in Las Vegas.
And, she found her way to a great situation. Like, Vegas gonna win. They're gonna love her hard nosed style of play. Like, that's
She
probably
just
the
needs to
perfect
watch
place for her.
the crash out.
Right. Let's see who else. Who else? The
Um,
Wings. Wings are 1-2, but I feel like they'll figure it out. Although, like AZ, they're bringing on slowly. Obviously, I
mhm.
was trying to see what Enrique has done recently because she's the one player like I'm definitely keeping my eye on. 16 a game.
You're a
All right.
millionaire, Enrique.
She's shooting 42% from the field. 27% from three, which
Hell no.
I feel like I don't view her much as a three
She's
point
not a
shooter.
3-point shooter, so
Yeah. She's only taking 15. I think we can, whatever. But I feel like she's obviously the key because if Paige is going to do her thing at the point, Enrique off the ball has got to be efficient while
hmm.
they're bringing on AZ
But
slowly. Odyssey Sims will have her moments where she can carry them certain nights, but she's obviously a more veteran player now, so she has to pick her spots as well.
hmm.
Like I think the Wings could be a good team this year as well.
um,
Sparks are
shout
still
out,
looking for their first win.
but Cam Brink, I thought they won the game at least once.
No. Oh wait, no, they haven't. They lost to the Aces and lost to the Fever. They have Portland tonight.
Well,
No,
Cam
not
Brink is
Portland.
she's starting to get started. So
Hmm.
I'm noticing how she plays. Now can they start turning these into wins?
They're up at the half on Toronto right now, so maybe they get their first win tonight. Um, just anybody else you want to touch on quickly before we move on?
That's about it. Dejanay, girl,
Yeah.
girl, girl. You the problem, and that's only that. And that's all I gotta say about it. You the
Hmm.
problem.
Yeah. And look, she might just be a professional crash out. Because
She's a
it's not even like
professional
she,
locker room mess.
but it's not, but I'm just saying, it's not even like she only does stuff off the court. When she's on the court, she gets into stuff too.
Hmm. It's just the fact that you doing all of this and you're supposed to be hurt.
Hey, look, some athletes, you take them off the court, they don't know how to act. So
I'm
she may be
like,
hurt, but she got to be hurt.
And then the whole optics of the situation is terrible. I'm like,
Mhm.
I said, that's messed up, but you know what? She
Maybe
the
she's
problem.
just maybe she's just not happy unless there's some smoke around her.
I don't know.
Like it's okay to be boring, DJ. It's okay.
But it's always her.
Hmm.
I'm like, why is it 80% of the time you? Either you or people trying to figure out something to hate Angel Reese about.
Yeah.
And there's plenty. She, uh,
Hmm.
she ain't the smartest individual.
Hmm. Right.
But come on now. She ain't gonna do
Yeah.
nothing like this.
Exactly.
That's all.
Um. All right. Let's jump into NFL quickly before we get out of here. See, Saijin is the first open season with the Hawks versus the Pats. Beat us, please, so we can wake up. Yes, the season opener will be Seahawks and the Patriots. I get it; they're going to play each other at some point. First game of the year. I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Seahawks will do their whole parading around the rings and all that, and then face the team they beat in the Super Bowl. They'll probably get their attention.
Who will just probably be needing anything to distract them from their tumultuous ass off season.
I don't know.
You know it's been rough.
It's been smooth sailing with just
Quit being a
one little
mule.
bump in the road.
Quit being. Didn't your rookie just get arrested?
Okay, see, you're bringing up old stuff. No, yes, he did. That I mean, look, could have been a little bit. I guess he was like a first round pick, whatever. He was a seventh rounder. They could probably brush that under the rug a little quicker. But yeah, not a great look for their offseason that their draft pick gets in trouble as well. And he's a BC kid, so he was local. Can we just get to football so a lot of this can go away? NFL players just cannot handle not,
The off
you know,
season.
yeah, they can't handle not running headfirst into another player. Like they need that to stay out of trouble.
Well,
Uh,
Stephon Diggs is getting. He looks like he's getting back with Cardi, so maybe he'll stay out of trouble. Who am I kidding?
we'll see. Um, I guess before we get into schedule stuff, a team that we both love, the Colts, who declined Anthony Richardson's fifth-year option, which what a shock! You took a guy who was a project in the top five in the draft, and he didn't work out. So now you're looking to move off of him. Couldn't find a trade partner because he's a project that nobody wants. So he declined his fifth-year option. Great. Could we be in a situation where Anthony Richardson, already in his career, could be at a crossroads where if he does get out of Indy and he doesn't pick the right spot to go to, he could be a footnote on NFL history and maybe just disappear from the league.
I think he's done now.
Okay. Well,
Who's gonna
don't
touch
well,
that?
okay. Done to the point that, like, if the Colts released him tomorrow, he wouldn't get
They
picked up
cut
by
him
somebody.
now. He nobody's touching him.
Okay, I think that's fair. He's a guy that I don't know how much he cares about preseason. This preseason, he better do something.
We know he don't give a damn about pregame because he broke his orbital socket on a band.
Right. I mean, he can't have that be his last image of the NFL. Come on, man. That's got to motivate you to do something. Uh, athletes will find ways. Just the weirdest injuries. Like I get it. You hit yourself with a fine, but you break your orbital bone, like, would you put a rock in it and hit yourself in the face?
I
Like,
don't like what it must have been stretched all the way out.
right. Maybe he had it stretched out by his face. Maybe his hand came off of it and that hit him. But no, they said like the band hit him. So I don't know.
You don't stretch resistance bands by your face for that reason.
You know. But it's like
For
between
that
that,
exact reason.
but it's like between that, the tap out, like I don't know how many more strikes he thinks he could have against his name before people are just like,
The
nah,
tap out was the big one.
right, yes. But it's also like because the Order Boom thing happened when Daniel Jones got hurt. Like that was his opportunity to get back into the starting role, maybe take it over, and then he hurts himself. And then they go rustling through wherever Philip Rivers was to bring him in. Like that's crazy. Hmm. Uh,
You mess up on a pick like that, you get fired.
yeah.
Just saying.
Hmm. But there's some good news in the league. No replacement refs. Had that threat for a couple of weeks. People were really like, oh, they're going to ruin my sport. But the league and the officials have worked it out. We'll get the real refs in place. But there is I guess, a development type of process in place that they will have, some refs that go through so that if they do happen to get an opportunity to ref an NFL game, they will be ready and able to do so. They won't get any more fail Marys and all that. Whose teams are going to be a problem according to your schedule?
All of them.
I mean, Tennessee does have a interesting early portion to their schedule. I guess bringing up schedules, there's one thing that I do want to say. The fact that the Bears and Ravens have like two of the easiest schedules technically, if they do well, I want to hear a lot of the same conversations that they were having about the Patriots. Easy schedule, easy schedule. Will they? Probably not.
You're gonna lead it, and you know you are.
I will be, yes, I will be in Discord if the Ravens end up like 13-4. I'll be like, oh, easy schedule, cupcake. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. I'll be petty. But seriously, like, so I do agree with a lot of people that say, like, the AFC, they wouldn't be surprised if like the one seed in the AFC is more so like 12 games and the playoff teams are like tightly compacted. I think the AFC is kind of set up that way. I think the NFC, I feel like the teams that were really good last year will probably be good again this year outside of maybe Detroit possibly bouncing back, but I don't know. That division is going to be tough. The NFC North is going to be murderer's row. Like the Vikings might be the weakest team in that division, and they're probably improved just by getting Kyler Murray over JJ McCarthy. Now, Kyler Murray isn't great, far from it, but better than JJ McCarthy. And the
That
defense
was
is still
better
going to
than
be the
JJ
defense.
McCarthy.
Yeah. Now, if Kyler Murray were to lose that job to JJ McCarthy, then he might as well pack it up.
And go play baseball.
Yeah, he'd probably just go to Call of Duty and become a Call of Duty pro.
Or become a streamer.
Yeah. But I guess speaking of the lines, question for you, because I heard this asked on TV. Because the Patriots were that team that came out of nowhere and made the Super Bowl, everybody's like, who's going to be that team this year? So the teams that everybody's looking at, Detroit didn't make the playoffs. Baltimore didn't make the playoffs. Kansas City didn't make the playoffs. Should we expect one of those three to be that team that goes from missing the playoffs to the Super Bowl?
You can expect no hell no. No,
So you'd
name
be
one.
out on all three of them, or
I'm out on
just
all three.
okay?
One, Lamar is not a playoff quarterback.
Okay.
Look, and any feather brain that's watching, fight me. See you week 4.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar is not a playoff quarterback.
Okay.
I don't think they effectively addressed the offensive line. So good luck wearing John Franklin Myers and Jeffrey Simmons, you bird brains.
Okay.
Um, I just had to get that off.
Yeah. I mean, well, I feel like we could definitely have like more of a deep dive into schedules like probably next week. But um, I feel like this week to just get the schedule out a couple of days ago to really like look through it like that, we'll need a little bit more time. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I think the Ravens part obviously will be interesting because you're looking at Minter versus Harbaugh. How much of a difference is there? How much of maybe growing into the position does Minter need? So maybe look for a team like Tennessee, getting them early might not be the worst thing.
I just want to whoop their ass. Period.
Well, I'm just saying, like for Tennessee, the team that they had last year, yes, you swapped out the coach and everything, but you basically bring back the same team just with a different leader. Like Baltimore, you're getting like legit fundamental changes and everything like that. Because no Titans fan is going to sit there and be like, let's see if Robert Saleh can meet what Callahan did. Like Robert Saleh walking in and signing up for that job already did better than Callahan did in his time there.
Yeah, because then he brought in Dayball.
Yeah. Which Titans Giants, the Brian Dayball Bowl will be a fun time, I'm sure.
And
I'm
so is
sure he
week
won't want to
one.
show his former team what he can do with the Titans offense.
And then so will be week 1 is the Robert Sala Bowl.
Mm-hmm. The NFL knows what they're doing. There's a lot of revenge games all over the schedule.
I'm tired of seeing Cincinnati. That's it. And then no, I'm not done yet
Okay.
because who why do we have to play Philadelphia week 2? That's fair.
Well, you get Philadelphia what week
2.
2, but that might be another situation. Getting them early in the season might be more beneficial than waiting later in the year because you
I
already
don't
know.
know who the hell my center is.
I mean, if there was a spot on the offensive line to have a question mark, you would rather it be center than anywhere else because center, all you're really looking for is a guy to call out protections, which there's a lot involved in that. But to get that snap exchange perfect, that's something that through training camp, preseason, you can get that. I would take that over, worrying about your tackle position or something like that. So I feel like they'll figure that out. But we're facing teams like Baltimore and Philly early for a team like Tennessee, early in the season, Cam Ward and that group, because they have a new coach and everything, will have real confidence that they can obviously be better than last year. And maybe they lose both those games. But I guarantee, because of Salah and how I'm sure you believe in him and I do, they'll be competitive at least in those games. And maybe they build off of that going into like the middle of their season when they get like the division. I think if you're Tennessee, you look at that division, you feel like you should do well in divisional games. The stuff outside the division, you knock off a couple, you never know what your season looks like.
Because we didn't win not one division game last year.
Well, I mean, look, it was a team going through. obviously a coaching change, a young quarterback. But you look at that division now. Yes, Houston has a good defense. Questions about the quarterback. Jacksonville, questions about Trevor Lawrence are still there. Just because of last year did not take away any of that. And then the Colts, we got to see how Daniel Jones comes back from that injury and everything like that. So I would be shocked if Tennessee didn't win a divisional game again this year. I'd be shocked that they don't win at least two in the division, to be honest with you.
Brian Callahan scarred me.
Hmm?
Brian Callahan,
Mm-hmm.
he scarred me.
But every franchise has that coach that gave you a lot of doubt about your team. Like, I mean, look, I went through the Gerard Mayo year where it seemed bleak, and then you get that guy after, gives you something to believe in. Robert
And now
Sala.
that guy has behavior issues.
I mean, you know, hmm,
So Robert Kraft has behavior issues too. So I'm not even gonna go there.
yes. Look, so far, like, Vrabel is saying, I guess, all the right things, talking about he's going to do all he can for his marriage. Great. I bet you he, more than anybody, wants that Seahawks game to get here because at least he can just talk about that. For now, yes, he's going to still deal with it. But I don't know. I feel like I'm getting back to Tennessee really quickly and maybe some other teams here. Like, I think the AFC once again is going to be unpredictable. Obviously, the Patriots aren't going to win 14 games again. We don't know what Denver's going to look like. Bo Nick's coming back from the injury. Mahomes seems like he'll be ready for week one. Good luck figuring out anything in the AFC North. Like, the Bengals paid attention to defense. Is that enough for them to be the best team in that division? The Steelers are still waiting for Aaron Rodgers to, choose them. And if he, if he turns them down, their whole season's a mess right at that point. So yes, everybody's high on Baltimore, but I mean, you and I talked about it all last season. There were things we saw last year that were a little troubling. And the fact that it seems like the team's putting all of that on Harbaugh, I don't know if that's fair to him. Because where were the leaders on the team when a lot of this?
It's not when you have the glizzy goblin king named Marlon Humphrey.
Well, I mean, look, the confidence he has in himself is yeah. Yeah, he's an interesting character.
I'm ashamed he came from Alabama.
Look, with the endless number of prospects who've gone through Alabama, they weren't all going to be winners. So you miss on a couple of them. Hey, program is still a football factory.
Ask Trent Richardson.
Yes. Times will progress further down the road. I mean, yes. That's obviously the plan. The plan is, by the end of the 5-year contract with Cam Ward, his rookie deal, that they're in a position where obviously they're not bottom of the AFC South. They would like to be in the mix. And at least he'll have competent guys coaching him this year.
Yeah.
So he might still have some growing
that he had last year.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
That's what I'm saying. He'll probably have growing pains this year. But I think Titans fans should be okay because you trust the guys that are coaching him up.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, he's struggling. Brian Callahan was trying to get him out of it. This year, you got Brian Daboll. I guess you want to go into the schedule releases really quickly because I know we're coming up on 2 hours, and I guess we'll start wrapping it up. Well, not wrapping up, but slowing down here.
What the hell were the Cardinals thinking?
Well, it's obvious which social media teams are creative and which ones aren't. Because I agree, the Cardinals one was a big miss. Atlanta, pretty good. Bills, I yeah, was not a fan of that one
At all. People are clowning the Jets. I'm like, y'all just don't think. And y'all don't like to read.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
yes. I
Just
thought the
because I
Detroit
like to
one,
see
I thought the
eliminate
Lions one was
teams don't
hilarious.
mean
That was the
I
most
like
Dan
color
Campbell
theory.
thing. Hmm?
I said I like the color theory.
Yes, it was clever. Like the names of the colors were all identifiers for the team that they were playing against. Yeah, that was the creativity in the naming of the colors.
Like,
Some of these teams with these like 10-minute schedule release videos, y'all need to pare that down. Like
um,
the Eagles one's
Philly,
like 14 minutes,
Philly.
and it was just guys at guys in a conference room just reading the schedule out, and it took 14 minutes. And look, love Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts. I don't think that's for them. Like you could tell that probably was not on Jalen's docket for that day to record that video. He didn't want to be there. Only watched a few. Well, if you only watched a few minutes, you probably saw maybe week 1 and 2. That thing was drawn out.
I did like the little punchlines.
Yes, but
Like saying I don't know, the little I don't know for the Steelers when asked about Aaron Rodgers, that was funny.
mhm. But 2026 to expect people to sit 14 minutes to hear your schedule, crazy.
Hell, the Titans went straight to hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna do a schedule release video, have some fun with it. You can tell the teams that had fun with theirs. Chargers, we know. We already know what they're gonna do every year.
Petty.
Yes. The Titans, I feel like they found a formula that if they
Works.
ran it back with something like that next year, nobody would hate them for it.
No, because look at what they did with Pat McAfee, Jerry Jones, and Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
and Miles Garrett.
Joe Buck interview I saw. Yeah. He's picking Cowboys Bills. I have a feeling neither one of those teams will be there. But I guess looking at the schedule releases, maybe what was the one or two that really stood out to you for being really good? And what were the one or two that you felt like were just awful?
I had a little list. I like the Cowboys and the Tylers. That was diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts can kiss my ass.
That's fair. Yeah.
The Ravens made no sense. I mean, I got it, the Wedding Crashers. But I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all could have did better than that.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny. They did a movie reference. The Raiders did a movie reference, but the Raiders one was better.
Oh, way better.
Yeah.
Because you
You got
got two both corny dudes just
yes.
cornballing it up.
Mm-hmm. Kerm's not agreeing with Joe Buck. I'm the realistic Cowboys fan. You would know. There you go.
I hated
Well,
the
I'll just say,
Cardinals.
I think the NFC South as a whole probably had the most creative for a division.
Yeah, you had Tampa Bay watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints
The
got their weather
Falcons, this
people
is Sports
involved.
Center. Panthers just blew stuff up.
That's such a Panthers thing to do.
Well, I
No,
mean,
like
look,
if you know that
they're all having fun.
organization, such a Panthers. That's such a Panthers coded thing.
Yeah. And even the
The
Saints with their
Saints
like
did the
weather report one. Kerm says bring on those Spurs, which I do believe, yeah,
I hope Wimby and
The
SGA
Spurs
get
are
into a
about to
fight.
eliminate. Spurs are about to eliminate Minnesota.
Well, I hope Wimby gets into a fight with SGA. How about that?
I don't see that. Who won? Like Caruso's kind of an agitator. Maybe that's where it happens.
Or Dort.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Dort. It has to be Dort. Dort's going to do something dirty in that series. He can't help himself.
You better watch for them elbows.
Look who it is. What's up, Damien? Question: is it me or the NFL put the Seahawks in a bad position by having the ring ceremony game against the Pats? No damn well nobody's going to talk about the ceremony or the game.
What are they going to talk about,
Yeah, well,
Damien?
if they're not going to talk about the ceremony of the game, what else is there to
They're
talk about?
not going to sit here and bring that damn scandal all the way to fucking September.
No.
Absolutely not. They better not.
Yeah. I mean, look, they were obviously going to get opening night. I guess if you want to question whether the opponent should have been New England, fine. To be honest, I wouldn't have hated if it was like Seahawks Rams because I do think it's weird that Seahawks Rams don't play until week 16. That seems like way too long to wait for those two teams to face each other. But Seahawks Patriots isn't a terrible idea. Physical defense, I mean, that is their calling card.
Watch the elbows.
um, oh yeah, so the ones I guess the bad when we talk about the Cardinals, which hey, look at that franchise. Were we surprised? No.
I didn't like the Ravens. It was just poorly executed.
Yeah, Zay didn't seem like the right guy to do that one. I don't know who they would have used, but it didn't seem like Zay Flowers was the right guy. Maybe Derrick Henry should have done it.
Like they could have used Lamar. He has acting chops. He was in that 50 Cent show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Baltimore
But
had
I
hard
didn't
enough
like
time
the
getting
Ravens.
Lamar into the building to discuss a contract. You think he was going to do a schedule release video?
They have a running back.
What I'm saying, I feel like Derrick Henry could have done that.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been no damn Zay Flowers. I mean Zay Tulips. But I didn't like the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the Rams because I didn't get it. That
Mm-hmm.
whatever video game they were trying to mimic was before my time. I didn't get it.
That's fair.
The Cardinals was just no effort.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars, don't play with me, Jacksonville.
Like the one bit
Putting Trevor
was
Lawrence
Trevor
in
Lawrence
Lady
getting a
Fun.
haircut, and then you find out he didn't actually get a haircut. I saw that
But he
another thing that
wearing a
came to
wig.
mind. I was like, the fact that he thought of that as a good fake haircut is why he's bad at decision making in the NFL.
Exactly.
He's not even good with haircuts. Of course, he's gonna throw picks late. He don't know any better.
And the Steelers.
Oh, that was another one that was drawn out way too long.
First of all, I'm like, half of this was gibberish. Look, I'm not from Pittsburgh. I'm not from Pennsylvania. I don't know what a yens is. Half of that crap sounds like illiterate gibberish. I do not mean to offend anybody. That did not need to be as long as it was.
Mm-hmm. I still don't even. Well, I guess I kind of understand what John is, but that's like another Philly saying. Like I'm starting to
I know
learn
what a
that
John is.
Philadelphia has a lot of sayings that are just out there. I didn't know that they were like that.
Yeah, they crazy in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, look, they a
It's
little
like
different.
I've been to Philly a couple of times. I did not know the language was like that's some Sims type language.
Have you heard a person from Baltimore speak?
Appreciate you, Simon. Yeah, I've been to Baltimore. Yes, I've been to Baltimore.
My lord.
Look, there's been a few places I've been that I've heard some accents that have gone crazy. Not gonna lie, like Macon in Georgia blew my mind the first time I heard somebody from there. There's a certain Carolina accent that's wild to me. So yeah, there's a few of them. But yeah, Baltimore, yes, I've heard. Yeah, they kind of manipulate the language as well.
I'm like, please don't see. Look, you from Baltimore? Don't speak fast.
Hmm.
And um, there's two different types of Boston accents, and I don't understand why people don't understand that.
Hmm.
There's the Italian,
Hmm.
and there's the non-Italian. Of course, unless the black person from Boston is also happens to be Italian, they're not going to sound like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, because that's most people's experience with up there is probably from a movie, which most likely leads into the heaviest of Boston accents, which is like your North End, you know, yeah, like the Italian population.
I just look. I didn't like the Steelers thing.
Hmm.
The whole dialect, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Certain dialects are just kind of difficult. I'm like, this sounds like gibberish. And these are some of the same people, excuse my little tangent, that get on people from the South for sounding slow.
I mean, that's more so just a North versus South thing.
Get on my freaking nerve. Just because we say y'all, don't mean
Mhm.
we're slow,
Right. Yes.
punks. Sorry.
But I
And then
mean
they keep
that
moving
obviously
down
comes
here.
from, but that comes from like that deep South, I guess with the Southern drawl, where it's like really drawn out. Like some of that, I guess, is where a lot of those conversations up north come from, because that's obviously the exaggerated form of the Southern accent that most people up there kind of see
And
through
you're
TVs
not
or
gonna get
movies.
that unless you get like I have a little drawl, I get it. But it's not gonna be that bad.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, but I'm just saying, for me being up from up north, it was that accent or like the Louisiana one where
The
you don't
baby,
understand anything.
I love them.
But for people up north, like that's our view of the South. It's either the Southern drawl or like that Louisiana accent.
And
Obviously, not to
then
make fun of it, but like Water Boy, like that coach who would say stuff and everybody would just look at him like, like that's yeah,
speak English. Why I
yeah.
am speaking English. But yeah.
But as you were talking about ones you didn't, I will say like one. I don't know how people viewed it, but I didn't really like the Chiefs one. That QVC one. Uh,
It gave me nostalgia and that's about it.
yeah. Maybe it's because they're in the same division with the Chargers, and the Chargers are just like this. Like the Chargers were so glad that they were allowed to do these videos because we're learning a lot about the Chargers. They definitely pay attention to the news cycle and they know how to work it in.
Hmm. Next photo dump, 1 mile. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I knew y'all was gonna work it in. If anybody that was gonna do it, why the
Yeah.
hell is he barking? It was gonna be them.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Broncos using Peyton Manning. Okay. Thought his daughter was good. She was kind of treating him like an old man.
You know what? The fact that the Broncos, we think we're remembering Peyton Manning. He prefers to be remembered as a Bronco than a Colt says something.
That is, yeah. Yeah. But I also don't want to forget that the Giants, look, Jameis Winston is the gift that keeps giving. That man was made for schedule release videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, the Chargers have done their thing. That Giants one might have been my favorite since teams have been doing this. Cousin is a Chiefs fan. Okay, so you're a Cowboys fan. Your cousin's a Chiefs fan. Okay. Yeah, the Bills one was, yeah. How you don't have somebody jump through a table, I don't know. Uh, mm, we could probably touch on more of those next week as well. Like I said, we'll we'll definitely do a deeper dive into the schedule and talk a little bit more about that aspect. Maybe looking at the toughest schedules, who we like the best out of that, and because tough schedules, I know the Bears have a tough schedule, and a couple other teams, but yeah, we'll talk more about that next week. Guess you want to get in the final burn so we get out of here.
I got a few quick ones. I'm not gonna go into. I had a whole list, but I'm not gonna go into all of them
Yeah.
because I know we gotta get out of here. Um, Colin Cowherd,
Yes.
your AFC quarterbacks list was ridiculous.
He did
I,
another list, which we definitely will have to talk about that next week.
okay, was it the NFCs?
The other one I saw was he did a top 10 list based off of like future prospects, durability, and production.
His ass
And
put
some
Lamar
people
at the
had
top.
issues with positioning of certain quarterbacks on that list.
He put Lamar way higher than he's supposed to, but I already know that. Um,
Oh, actually, I think on that list he had Lamar at like 7.
the hell?
As I'm saying, look, trust me, next week you will have a lot to say about that list.
Um, Michael Porter Jr.
Well, just in case
Will you
people
be
didn't know,
quiet?
this is the Colin list.
I might bring that back up next week.
Yes,
Um, Michael Porter Jr.
favorite of the show.
You smooth brain bat. You don't need to talk about everything. Why are you admitting to half-assing on the court? And as well as your discipline. That's what got your ass out of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they kept you quiet for this long, that is a real testament to Jokic.
Maybe Jokic's brothers had something to do with that.
Probably. Because, man. Next. Cruise ships. What y'all got going on?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Hanavirus, Disney employees with CSAM, and a girl was murdered on one. The hell? And the last one I'm gonna get on right now. I'm gonna save Tiki Barber for next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna save Tyreek's stupid ass for next week too.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Portnoy, who do you think you are? Are you just the royal first ever Patriots fan? And you can't joke about my team because my team has plenty of scandals and I don't like it when you joke about it or I'm gonna sue. The hell?
Yeah.
Who are you? You sound like a Kevin. Like, all right, Chad. Because one, the situation is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Two, who cares? And don't nobody feel bad for neither one of them because they did this to themselves. Three, everybody's gonna crack a joke. And you ain't
Yeah.
got enough money in the world to sue everybody for cracking a joke. Ain't the goddamn time. Because once I start to die down, I'm gonna get my jokes off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not joking about it right now because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. Maybe Portnoy wanted the Patriots to go petty with their schedule release. Maybe that's what he was looking for.
I mean, but their schedule release video was definitely a metaphor for how their off season has been.
Yeah. Which look, maybe that's the social media team. Like we understand, it's been rough. So yeah, they did the roller coaster one, and then balanced it with the cute puppy one.
I love the puppy.
Which I didn't know teams were doing two of these, but hey, I guess with the offseason that they had, if there was a team that was going to do a second one, go ahead. Let's hope the Chargers don't get any ideas and do a second one because they
Oh,
might.
hell they already put in a lot of effort in the first one.
Right.
I don't need two 6 minute long videos with zebras.
Right. I feel like yeah, I feel like with those videos, 6 minutes is about as long as it should be. That's why I said the fact that the lines was 30 seconds long. That yeah, they are the one team I could see that. Yeah, we got to get away from these 14 and 15-minute ones. Like no.
It was both Pennsylvania teams being absolutely extra.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Yeah. Like the Eagles tried. A couple of those guys in that tried to bring a lot of personality into it. It was just way too
And
much.
the thing with Jalen is his personality, he's such naturally level headed. He's a psychopath.
Hmm.
So he's always like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, not to say that he needs to change that or anything. Like, but for a video like that, like you'd rather a Jason Kelsey type of personality than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was just like schedule and just moving on. And the other guys were trying to pick up for it. It's like no. Even Saquon, his personality is kind of even keel as well. At least in that video it was. I just thought about it. The Giants should have worked in Jackson Dart and Scatterboo. That would have put it over the top.
They really would have.
I mean, hey, the Titans worked them in. Are you Cam Scatterboo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, oh, is that all you got for Final Burn?
Yeah, because I'm gonna hit on the rest of them next week.
Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, that's everything that we got for you. like I said, we will definitely touch on schedules and stuff more so next week. We will be looking at, I guess, the conference finals in the NBA next week, and we'll obviously be talking about the W as well next week. So make sure you tune back in. Appreciate all of you in the chat, really do. You guys know we love your energy. We love the back and forth with you all, and we'll look to continue that again next week. Make sure you check out the other shows here on the network. Really appreciate it. I guess, Jory, you got anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Watch for the blog. Hi, Puda. Watch for the blog because I have some. You don't need to step on my phone, ma'am. Excuse me. Watch for the blog, and yeah, because I got something. I got a WNBA article. Sorry, that was stepping on my phone and sitting on it. I got a WNBA article coming out this weekend.
Okay. So yeah, if you aren't following the blog for the show, make sure you do so. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you jump in there as well. Because I'm actually gonna, I guess, get back into article writing as well. Working on, well, I'm gonna do one for the schedule releases. I'll rank them. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna do that. And I'm working on a Sixers process article as well. So look out for those. Probably one this weekend, the other one probably next week. So Bella is letting us all know it is time to go. So,
ma'am.
I mean, look, Bella's the honorary extra member, so always good to hear from her. But for myself and Jory, like I said, appreciate you once again. Make sure you're back here next week. We are out of here. You enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. All right. Bye.
Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Fred in the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing the dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find